Okay, so thank you very much, Cameron Knapp, for being here with me. Cameron, for the audience, is my personal mortgage broker as well. We work very closely with a lot of my clients for them getting mortgages and whatnot. But I'll let you introduce yourself, Cameron.
Yeah, hi Diego. Cameron from Loan Market. Been in the industry since 2005. Been doing lending for about 12 of that, and yeah, it's an interesting time at the moment with the banks having had loan to value ratios since 2015, and now that's being taken away as legislation.
And I guess that was the reason why I wanted to have this quick chat with you, because buyers almost on a daily basis are asking me, there's no LVRs, the Reserve Bank is saying it's going to be easy to get money, but the banks are not really seeing it that way. And perhaps, the drop of LVR doesn't really reflect that. And you told me before, it's, still minimum 10% deposit really. So what are you actually seeing in the field? What can people, I guess, take from this?
Yes, it's a really good question, Diego. So banks in general will go up to 90% LVR for a very strong application, and that's across most banks for an owner-occupied property, of course. There are some small exceptions to that with first home loan, formerly welcome home loan, and potentially some buyers under a special set of circumstances can do it with less than 10% deposit. But generally, we're looking at 10% for owner-occupied.
And would you say this will stay for the foreseeable future?
I think so. Although the Reserve Bank have obviously lifted the LVR restrictions, that's going to impact quite a bit on investment property. But as far as owner-occupied property, yeah, it's not going to change too much. I mean, the banks are being very cautious with the COVID-19 situation. They're hesitant to be going into what they might deem as high risk deals if they have some thoughts around the property market being flat or even slightly declining. Whether or not that's the case, it remains to be seen. Certainly the intention from the Reserve Bank by removing the LVRs is to underpin the property market by having more people involved as far as first home buyers. And also investors. So up until very recently, investors had to have a 30% deposit or 30% equity going into a project or a purchase rather. Now they can do it with 20% deposit, not just on new builds, but all property purchases.
Okay. Now that's helpful. And is it true that if you apply for the hardship, I guess help with the mortgage, then you're going to be affected when you're going to ask for something like this?
Yeah, so that's a really good point. If from a bank's point of view, if you've approached them and asked for interest only on your owner occupied or to defer your mortgage repayments by going on the mortgage deferral, then obviously you're telling them that you're under hardship and financial stress. And so therefore borrowing further funds in the short term isn't likely to be accepted. There's going to have to be some stand down there.
Okay. Anything else we can leave anyone that wants? I mean, how can people get hold of you? I'll put your details in there when I post this video up. I'll put your details in there. But how else can people can get hold of you?
Yeah, so by calling me 027 491 2019, by emailing me, and thank you for putting my details up. It just shows with the current times and the uncertainty and the questions and where do things fit. It shows the importance of having a good mortgage broker, someone you can talk to and run through the various scenarios. Everyone's situation is a little bit different, and so that's why it's good to talk to somebody.